win the series in Game 5, beating the LA Kings 4-3. And I just want to say, yes, I'm a Coyotes fan. The reason I'm bandwagoning with the Oilers this year is because of my grandfather, who got me into hockey in the first place, who was very much an Oilers fan. So this video, the excitement, the energy that I'm going to put into this video is all for him. So let's get the scrums and the fights out of the way. 4 scrums, 0 fights. It was kind of unfortunate because I wanted to see some fights. But it's fine. But let's get into, whoa, voice crack. Let's get into the meat of this thing. First period, it starts out really fast-paced. And with a fast-paced game, you get a lot of turnovers because you're just going all over the place. With a fast system, it's a fast way to make mistakes. It's what I always say. Ekholm gets a really good chance that bounces off the post, and in the recovery stage of this play, McDavid's crossing in front of the net, and he has to dodge one LA Kings player, and in dodging that one LA Kings player, he runs into Anderson, who falls to the ground. He gets up, he goes off, he gets looked at. If I remember correctly, he came back in this game, because I remember getting mad at him later in the game. I felt he was playing a bit too much punchy and not enough skatey. Janmark gets a good chance in the slot, but the puck's on edge just a little bit, and he rips it, and it goes wide. But that's all fine and dandy, because the Oilers will score first anyway throughout all of that. Kane's got the puck, he passes it up the boards to Kulak. Kulak holds on to it. Kane skates right by, and Kulak dishes the puck over to him. Kane drives the net, Kane takes the shot, and it goes into the back of the net, 1-0. On a puck that was trickling in. It was not like a decisive rocket of a goal. It hit the pads of Rittich, and it just trickled through it, found its way in. But the Kings will get a goal back. The Kings trying to dump the puck into the Oilers zone. They do it in such a way that the puck bounces off the stanchion. Now, Skinner had gone behind the net, anticipating being able to play the puck. That didn't happen. It hit the stanchion, bounced out in front into the slot where Laferriere finds the puck and he just puts it basically home on an empty net. Skinner was he was really close to coming back and saving this one. It's a fluky bounce. I can't fault him for anything. But his attempt to make up for what he did, it was strong. It just wasn't enough. We go into the second period and the Kings will take the lead. Arvidsson's got the puck. Lizotte comes into the zone. Arvidsson gives Lizotte the puck. Lizotte shoots it. It goes into the back of the net. But then the Kings will go down for hooking. And McDavid gives the puck to Draisaitl in Draisaitl's office, which is right on the goal line. Draisaitl wastes no time, puts the puck on net. But Rittich gets the glove on it. And it looks like a save. But if you were there or you were watching the broadcast in the building, you noticed something. The players are skating to the bench. And they're kind of looking a bit defeated because, to their knowledge, Rittich made a save. But they're watching the replay. They've got their iPads out and they're watching the replay. And then the bench starts going nuts. And you're in the stands or you're watching the TV and you're seeing or hearing about the bench going nuts. The Jumbotron gets the replay first because they don't have to deal with all the broadcast stuff. And then you hear the arena go nuts. The horn hasn't sounded yet, but the arena knows. And then you get to see the replay. If you're watching the broadcast like I am, you get to see that replay and watch as Rittich's hand is completely inside the net, up to here, which you are not. It doesn't matter how good of a goaltender you are not grabbing the puck down here. The entirety of that glove was across the goal line. We have a good goal. The Kings go on the penalty kill. Dubois decides he's going to play wrestling rather than hockey. Takes Draisaitl, throws him to the ground. That's a penalty. You can't do that. But they'll manage to kill the penalty. They'll manage to kill it, and they'll get 5-on-5, kind of. McDavid's around behind the net. He finds Draisaitl in the slot waiting, and it's a quick 1-2 and in within 5 seconds of the Kings killing their penalty, 3-2. Then a penalty to Doughty for slashing. This penalty is killed off as well. However, within 5 seconds of the penalty being killed, Bouchard takes the shot from the point. It's a boost bomb. But it's going basically straight for Riddick. Which, by the way, Riddick's the goaltender. If you didn't know, the goaltender is the guy that's going to try and keep the puck out. So you shouldn't be shooting at him. The puck hits Nugent Hopkins in front. And it bounces down. And it goes into the back of the net. Riddick be damned. Not really. I kind of like the guy still. And that'll bring it up 4-2. So we get into the third period. And the third period was essentially all period. It was the Oilers playing garbage time. They were dumping the puck and they were playing keep away. They weren't really pushing on the forecheck. They weren't giving the Kings any opportunity to come back in this game. There was a scramble in front of the Oilers net, which the Oilers managed to keep the puck out of the net. So there were some dangerous chances, which the Oilers handled really well. But the Kings will score one with 2:18 to go. There's a shot from Roy, who I almost called Wah. It hits Kempe's stick. It tips into the back of the net, 3-4. And then the Kings pull their goalie again. I should mention that the last goal the Kings had an empty net for as well. But Draisaitl gets a rush, and he's along the boards, and he gets hooked. Which, by the way, is a penalty. Within the last few minutes of the game. I think it was even in the dying seconds. And that basically ruined any chance, regardless of what happened in that scenario. Whether Draisaitl went and scored it, whether the Kings went and did what they did. That tossed away the game. That was the game right there. The only thing that could have possibly screwed everything up is if Draisaitl pulled a Patrick Stefan. Which it's Draisaitl, and that was Patrick Stefan. So the game ends. Edmonton's going absolutely bonkers, and they move on. And they will either play Nashville, or they'll play Vancouver. Neither of which you can really see, I'm sorry. But they'll be playing one of those two teams. Now, Nashville is a team that the Oilers have dealt with in the regular season, and they dealt with them well. January 27th, 4-1 Oilers. November 4th, I'm going back in time now, 5-2 for the Predators, so that's one where they lost. October 17th, going back a little more, 6-1 for the Oilers. They were all pretty decisive games, so if Edmonton gets Nashville, I'd expect, again, pretty decisive games. I don't know what the series will look like at the end of it, but that's my guess there. If they go up against Vancouver, a team that has swept them through the regular season, that could be interesting. And right now, it's looking like, barring a Nashville comeback, it's going to be Vancouver that Edmonton plays. The thing is, and this is where things get kind of iffy. In the regular season, when the Canucks first played the Oilers, it was during the Oilers' really bad stretch in the opening bit with Woodcroft on their bench. But also, Thatcher Demko and Casey DeSmith were both the goaltenders for, this is the game on October 11th where the Canucks beat the Oilers 8-1. October 14th, Canucks versus Oilers. A bit closer this time, 4-3. Hey, it's the same score that happened tonight. Goaltender, Casey DeSmith. And also during that stretch where Edmonton kind of sucked. November 6th, 6-2 for the Vancouver Canucks against Edmonton. Which I think was also still in that phase of we kind of suck if we're the Oilers. And for that one, Thatcher Demko. Finally, April 13th. Vancouver Canucks 3, Oilers 1. This is in that portion. This is with Noblock. And this is where we've got the Oilers where they are right now. This is where they're good. And Vancouver still managed to beat them, sweeping them. Casey DeSmith. Now, for all of those games, the goalies I mentioned for the Vancouver Canucks currently are hurt. Right now, the Canucks are playing with Artur Silovs. And I probably butchered that name. Artur Silovs, again probably butchered, hasn't played the Oilers. There's a lot of ifs going into a series between Edmonton and Vancouver. And I don't feel comfortable making a prediction on that because, quite frankly, I was wrong already. I had Edmonton losing, Vancouver losing, Colorado losing, and I think I still have Vegas losing. And, well, in the East, I was right. I'm happy about that. In the East, I was absolutely perfect. I was right in the Rangers sweeping the Capitals. I was right in the Canes beating the Islanders in 5. I was wrong about the Battle of Florida. That one I was wrong on. I asked for 7. They gave me 5. It's unfortunate. So I'm not going to try any more predictions, at least not this season. But that will be such an interesting series if that comes to fruition. And we'll find out, I think, in 2 days, the Canucks play again. But when the Oilers come back and they face whoever they face in the next round, I'll be back. So in the meantime, stay howling. Go former Yotes. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you saw, I know your team was eliminated, but you don't have to take it out on me. I'm a Coyotes fan. But also you can hit the thumbs down. If you want to see more of this, because I'm here for the rest of the playoffs, regardless of what happens with the Oilers, I'll just jump to a different team. Again, Coyotes fan. I'm shopping. You can hit the subscribe button, keep tabs about what I'm doing, and share this with your friends. I'll be back. Man, my voice is sore.